Good evening. My name is Debbie Rios, and I'm here to talk about the 4 teaching strategies that I used in my SLP based on the student that I have been observing for the whole semester for Class 620. As we know, Islam is a child, 4 years old and 10 months, who has a delay in speaking. So my SLP was based on strategies to help him learn and foster his needs. We started off with reading a book called All by Myself. This book was a book to encourage that he can do things all by himself, as well as sight words. We do learn a lot of sight words in pre-K, and I have used 8 sight words, and I started with the sight words before we read the book. So I used a display on a board of my 4 sight words. The 8 sight words: my, can, the, I, and look to. So we visually were able to see the sight words, and then he took a blank piece of paper, and Islam was able to actually write all of the sight words that we had on the board. Having the display and having the visuals of the words was perfect for him because he's able to learn through visual. That is where his keys are, that is where his strategies and his goals are, and that's how he learns best. Then we went on to reading the book, and when we opened the book, he was carefully listening to my read, and he was pointing out sight words. But I noticed during the teaching, he pointed out I and can the most. Those are the words that he picked up mostly in this book, because since it's all, apologies, because it's all by myself, everything that's written in the book is I can, I can, I can. They were all the sight words that we have written on our board were in this book. But Islam was only able to identify mostly the I and the can because Islam works off of repetitious. And those words were repetitious in this book. So that is how I fostered his reading and his building of words. My second strategy that I spoke about would be the strategy of social interaction through play. So after we were reading the book and we discovered our sight words and I noticed with the repetition, I asked him to draw something that he remembered in the book. And as he was drawing, all he drew for me was a yellow, I'm not sure how much you could see it, but a yellow stick. So we discussed what this yellow stick was about, and I will attach those videos after this video. And this is what he drew. He doesn't speak clearly, so he wasn't able to describe exactly what this was. So we tried to interact and discover what this was. He just said it was page number 3. We then went on to social play. So we want to build words off of the sight words that we learned. So we have a toy, and it's actually a puzzle, not a toy, and it's based on puzzle pieces. So these puzzle pieces connect. So Islam was able to say most of the letters and the sounds. However, when he was able to connect, I tried to teach Islam to take the picture first, and let's see what the picture is. V, violin, v, 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 and look for the V. He was able to do it and connect the words. However, I did notice as he was connecting these words, I had originally asked him to take the pieces off. So I noticed as he was taking the picture pieces, he would quickly go next and he would start taking the letters again. So we were trying to be repetitious with the pictures and able to connect it to the letter, but he kept forgetting and had to be reminded that we need to start off with the pictures first. Islam, as you will see in the videos connected to this video, he was able to do that, but he needed repetitious reminders. So like I had said in my SLP and I had said prior into the CORs and the LOR, that he is definitely a visual learner because his speech is so delayed that he's unable to speak much of himself. So if I have physical pieces in front of me, he is able to do it. Now, while I was doing this, I tried to do my third strategy, was clear and detailed instruction. So I was trying to be clear and to tell him that he needed to take the puzzle pieces first. He needed to look at the picture and he needs to look at the word. I took all the puzzle pieces and I scattered them around so he was able to pick and choose. He had to be reminded again several times to collect the pictures first and identify the picture with the beginning sound of the word. Each picture does have the word on it. So in order to find the letter, he would be easily able to find the letter by finding the word and identifying the first word. In the middle of some of the videos that I will connect to this video, you will notice that Islam did lose attention, and I had to come back and do the behavior modification, which is my fourth strategy, and kind of give him a reward. His reward was going to be ice cream because this child lives in my house, so I'm able to give him ice cream. Normally it would have been some type of reward like the sticker, as I spoke to in some of my other uploads about Islam. He loves rewards. He loves to be rewarded, and in school we cannot reward with food. So what Islam gets rewarded is stickers, and we have a punch card, and in the punch card we punch the holes, and when they have 10 holes they're able to go shopping. They receive $1 each time there's 10 holes. They can save their dollar and use it for next time, and then they'll have $2 for a better toy. But being that this student that I was using as being Islam does have a special need, and he does have a language barrier, so it kind of connected to the real life Islam. But he was being rewarded with ice cream at the end, so he sort of got the gist of it. His behavior did calm down during the videos, using the operant conditioning, which knew that if he did not sit and do this activity with me, he would not get rewarded with his ice cream, and it did work. During this course, I learned a lot of things with Vygotsky's theory. The operant conditioning is something that stood out, and scaffolding. Scaffolding also with these puzzle pieces was I was trying to have him do one, then do the other, then do the next. And this way would become something that next time he was doing this activity on his own, it would kind of be more understanding to him. So I would include the scaffolding technique in this strategy that I use and able to teach the child. I believe in rewarding the children when rewards are due. I think when they do not get rewarded for something that they've done, it kind of discourages the child. And he maybe could feel down or feel upset that he is unable to, do the process and not be rewarded for it. Students do try hard. Every student is different. Every student's learning is different, including myself. We're in a class of many people, and I'm sure based on what I've seen in discussion boards and stuff, we're all on different levels of learning, even as adults. So children, if you use different strategies to help them, and I believe very big on modifying the child's behavior and shaping behavior through modification. I do write lesson plans on a monthly basis. Every week we have a different lesson plan. This coming year, I have a couple of students that will have special needs. Last year, I had 6 of them in my classroom. And for those 6 students, I modified the lesson plan to each child and their ability to learn. So in our small groups would be different challenging activities for them versus children who were not with IEPs or with not learning disabilities. Their challenges would be different. So we do modify for each child with special needs. But as far as Islam is concerned, I feel like these 4 strategies would be perfect for him and would really be able to foster his learning and nurture his growing. He really does try to speak. You will see in the videos, this child is very similar to my Islam, and he will be able to build words. He also used these letter pieces in actual school setting to build words. He likes to look at books, and he compares the book, and he will choose words that he's familiar with in whatever read that we have for the day, or he'll go to the library and try to familiarize himself with these words, and he will try to build them with my letter cards. I have several letter cards in my classroom. I have a lot of magnetic letters, and the children tend to take the letters and build new words from words that they already have known. I will attach this video with the videos of the actual activity that I did with the child. I hope you enjoyed my 4 strategies in building and learning for this specific child, and I hope to use it in the future. Thank you for everything and have a wonderful night.